Hey people, I'm fixing to destroy this myth of Hannibal and a couple others. It's going to be one of the easiest ones I ever did. It took about 2 minutes of reading. But they say this Hannibal, it was spelled here like this. It's just a H-N-B-O-L on ball. I read somewhere before that ball just meant war. And it says it was around 200 BC when Hannibal was reigning. And they'll say this is the name here, H-N-B-O-L, and then B-R-Q. And that's the word in the Hebrew Bible they'll say is blessed. On war blessed. And so they say he marched here through Spain and France and come through the Alps and down to Italy and totally took all of Italy. It's said to be a common Semitic, Phoenician, Carthaginian personal name, recorded in Carthaginian sources as HNBL, and the Punic, is the HNBOL. And it's a combination of the common Phoenician masculine given name Hanno and combined with the deity Baal. And they say Baal is meaning Lord. And Hanno was that dye they used to get their hair black. And Baal, they say it was the god of fertility, weather, rain, wind, lightning, seasons, war, and sailors. And they say it's a title meaning owner or lord in northwest Semitic languages spoken in Levant during antiquity. And from its use among people it came to be applied to gods. And scholars previously associated the theonym with solar cults, so it sounds like it's a ball of sun. And the Hebrew Bible includes the use of the term in reference to a various of Levantine deities, often with application towards Hadad, who was described as a false god. And that use was taken over into Christianity and Islam, sometimes under the form Beelzebub in demonology. So it was the Greek that turned it to 2 A's instead of an O. But the Phoenician Punic, it was just a B-O-L. The word's biblical sense as Phoenician deity and false gods generally were extended during the Protestant Reformation to denote any idols, icons of the saints, or the Catholic Church generally. Baal signifies owner, lord, master, husband, and still serve as the words for husband in modern Hebrew. And the feminine form just adds an E to the end of it. The bowl, meaning mistress, the female owner, lady of the house, wife. They say it appears about 90 times in the Hebrew Bible in reference to various gods. And they say it's a synonym for Adon, Adoni, and an alias of Yahweh. David's son Belidah means the Lord knows, and the name Beliah is the Lord is Yah. Yahweh is Baal. And this word they call Beelzebub, is Baal is bub. Baal is bub is a better word for that. And it's probably a lot easier to say. And you can see here, the E, Baal, is the Lord. So they're saying Baal means Lord. And so you can see that, that you don't pronounce the ha in the front. That's the Baal. And so this Hadad, this is the dad. And so the Baal cycle is stories about Baal, the owner, lord, storm god. And you can see here where this word, the alien, come from. The Baal alien. And so this Yom, this is that Hebrew word they say is the day. The day wants to rule over the other gods and be the most powerful of all. When the sun comes out, you don't see any of the other planets. You have to go at night to see the other gods. And so these interpreters, they don't quite get it either, because this Mot that kills Baal, Mot is said to mean death everywhere. You see it in the Hebrew, and you'll see it here too. So it kills, dies, kills. So this would be the death of Baal and the reign of death, Mot or Moot. And so it looks here like, Baal would would be the summer, and Moot would be the winter. The final part of the Baal cycle is concerned with the Baal's battle against Moot, a personification of death. And you see that Baal and El were associated with the bull. The bull was in Easter at this time. It was Baal come in the summer and Moot come in the winter. It was the patron of the sailors and seagoing merchants as the vanquisher of the death. So when he came up, it was the end of winter. So my point here is, if Hannibal was just spelled Hmbol, how would you spell Inbal? You couldn't spell Inbal. It would have to be Hannah. And so what sent me searching, I found the real word Hannibal here in the Bible. And you can see, this is the ball here, just the B-O-L. And here is the bolt ball. And it says, the wife, she is a man's. And here is E-N-N-A, Hannibal. Second time it comes up. And they call it, the ball here is an archer or a dreamer. So Hannibal might just have been a big dream. But yeah, they'll give this ball, they'll give it the husband, husband, the owner, the master, himself as a relative by marriage, being a chief man, a relative, a creditor, an archer, the owner of the house, the master of the house, the archer, him a hairy girdle, a bird. It could just be a bird. Or, not just a master, because it could be, if thou be a man given, that's a slave to your throat, if man of appetite. That sounds like some homosexual shit going on there. The block is Baal. A Baal could be a schemer. He could be the Lord, or it could be a schemer, or just any person. Or, an instrument that has teeth is also a Baal, having teeth. And the captain, or, when that doesn't fit, they just go ahead and say it means had and having, or for the bridegroom, for the husband, something being received. And so this is why I found it, and this is what made me look into it. It's the master of the house, they call it. But it's Baal, leave it. You gotta believe it. You gotta believe it. It's hard, but you gotta believe it. And so the story of the Lord's creation is the same story as evolution. The ball, the V was the B. The ball, and then WT, what make on. What make like. The ball, what make on. The Lord, what make on, is what evolution means. And so the ball certainly meant the same thing it does today, because they say the evolution means, to roll out. And the ocean part, means, what follows. The roll, what follows, evolution. Or the Lord, what follows, the ball. And I think I should be nominated for a Nobel Peace Prize for this. Everybody who believes in creation of the Lord and evolution, it's the same thing. And so it's surely, some ancient priest, was reading the book of the Baal, Lucian, evolution, and he changed that word, the Baal, to Lord. Oh, the Lord did that. That's the same as this other word they say is God or Lord or Baal, Yahweh, the same as Baal. And I say it means you. And it means you if you understand how to read this. And if you don't understand how to read this, it means, well, the Lord. Go ask the Lord, the Master, the one that understands how to read this. Yahweh, is you is the Lord. And the Baal is the Lord. And you can see it in this word too, EVE, evolution. If you have ability to understand something, you understand and you realize. And if you can't understand it, well, God did it. Yeah, God made it like that. And you see where they got, they said the bowl was the wife, and they still got husband all through here. They tried to cut the women all out of the Bible. all them priests were homos and they couldn't stand women. Homosexual's not a new thing. It's been happening forever. You had a son and you seen he was homo, you knew he was going to get beat up. You better send him to the Catholic school where he'd fit in with the rest of them. And so that's certainly where the word evil come from, E-V-O-L, evil. They turn the O with an A, evil. And evil come from ball, the roll part. That was the sailor that understood the ball. So Hannibal, he was a great student in school, and that's where he got that, he was on a roll, on a ball, to roll out, the ball to roll out, on a roll. And so they say this old ball, some writings they say it means war. And, that's what we do every Sunday. We go to war and we try to kill the other team, We ball. And sometimes, it's what we do to our women, we ball. And you can see how they changed this to Archer, and it's of Ultra. It's been altered. And so, they say that this Genesis was written 1,000 years before Hannibal. But it's pretty easy to see that they're talking about Hannibal here, right here with this via mar. Via is the road or the way, per via deep by way the, how it got there, through the path that it took. And this mar, is ancient, meaning the high place, the high road, just the MR. And then you have a W-A-Y-S, to take the highways. And that's how Hannibal come in. He came in through the mountains, the high place, the highways. And via marways, to take the high road, all, L, usually say that's gods in most of the languages. And sometimes even here in the Bible, as word 410, they'll give the same thing as God. Sometimes they just say it means these, the same word. But as word 410, they'll say it means God, A-L. And so all, the power of, is what it means, a power of. And to take the highways, the way of the highways, all, and then A-C-H-I-V, achieve. You see here, A-C-H-I-V, achieve. To achieve Hannibal. To achieve Hannibal. To take the high roads, all achieve Hannibal. You don't read the ha. When they start reading that ha, I know they don't know how to read this. It's just the helmet. The helm what is what steers. The helm, H-L-M, is what steers what. The helmet is your dreams. And the helm what is what steers. And they're getting this just from this letter E-Z on the end. They say it means it or this. And so it's the helm to tell. T-E-L-L. 2 L's there. To tell is ba. And they'll give that many meanings. But, just the B means in. Ba and entered. And came in, advanced, coming, comes, reached. And it's one of them words, this is the same word they give father a lot, the A-B. Anything starting with the A-B can be your father. But, via the highway, all achieve Hannibal. The helm to tell is coming. So this is the first time I clicked on this. I haven't read any of this. I just found this while I was reading another part where I run into the ball. And I'll look into this and tell you what I find. But it destroys their timeline, They say Hannibal was around 200 BC. And they say the book of Genesis was written, 300-400 years before that. But, the book of Jesus also had come 300 years before. And it looks like, they misplaced 300 years in both of these writings. And I talked about it a little bit before, but if you Google the book of Jesus, Yahshua ben somebody, I don't remember, it came about 300 BC, 40 BC. And so, yeah, both of these writings makes it look like, they're trying to erase 300 years of time. And this achieve, they say it means brother every time it comes up. Brother. From the beginning in Genesis 4, the brother of Abel is to achieve. So, via moorways, via highways, all the power of achieve. Hannibal, E-N-N-E, Hannibal, the helm, what tells, and this might read, E-V-V-A, Eva, the helm, what tells Eva, or what tells have, E-V, to have, and then in, to have in power. So, what we might be looking at, is to take the highways, all achieve on a roll. All achieve on a roll. The helm, what tells, is having. So it's a very good possibility, that Hannibal was actually somebody writing about an ancient dream. And you say, but no, they have all these writings of Hannibal, but they don't. They have writings of some guy playing handball, that they're trying to force a Hannibal on it. But no, this might have just been a real good ball player traveling around playing handball. And I imagine their handball, it was probably pretty hard. And he wore his helmet so he didn't take a fracture to his head getting hit in the head with that ball.
Don't forget, I won't forget.
Alright, I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.